Trump mandates Musk to recruit 45 new efficiency agents for overhaul of FBI, CIA, and Pentagon operations. Date: February 9, 2025. In a bold and controversial move, former President Donald Trump has tasked billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk with the recruitment of 45 new agents for a newly formed Department of Government Efficiency. This initiative aims to fundamentally reform operations within the FBI, CIA, and Pentagon, addressing perceived inefficiencies and allegations of fraud within these federal agencies. Background and context. The establishment of the Department of Government Efficiency follows Trump's campaign promises to investigate and rectify what he described as rampant inefficiencies and possible misconduct in federal operations. Since returning to the political spotlight, Trump has expressed his intention to streamline government functions and reduce wasteful spending, particularly in defense and intelligence sectors. Key events leading up to the mandate. 1. February 5, 2025, the White House ordered the CIA to provide an unclassified list of employees hired in the past 2 years. This move was part of a broader plan to evaluate and potentially reduce the federal workforce. The directive aligns with Musk's initiative to improve efficiency but raised concerns among federal unions regarding potential job losses. 2. February 7, 2025, in a public announcement, Trump confirmed the formation of Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, emphasizing its role in auditing various government departments, including the Pentagon. Trump stated, "We're going to go through everything," indicating a thorough examination of federal operations. 3. Public response and protests. Following the announcement, protests erupted across the United States. Thousands gathered to voice their opposition to Trump's administration, particularly targeting policies aimed at diversity initiatives and proposed workforce reductions. Demonstrators expressed fears over potential job cuts and the implications of Musk's involvement in sensitive government matters. Objectives of the initiative. The primary aim of the Department of Government Efficiency is to identify and eliminate inefficiencies within key government sectors, particularly in defense and intelligence. By appointing a team of efficiency agents, Musk's department intends to conduct audits, streamline operations, and enhance accountability within agencies that have faced scrutiny over their effectiveness and budget management. Union opposition and concerns. The announcement has sparked significant backlash from federal unions and civil rights groups. Concerns revolve around the potential for job cuts and the aggressive restructuring of government agencies. Unions argue that the mandate undermines the workforce's stability and could lead to a loss of experienced personnel, ultimately impacting the functionality of crucial federal services. Access to sensitive information. Musk's efficiency team has been granted access to sensitive federal systems, including those at the CIA and Pentagon. This access has raised alarms about data security and the appropriateness of allowing a private individual and his team to delve into government operations. Critics warn that such involvement could jeopardize operational integrity and privacy, given Musk's controversial reputation and business interests. Media coverage and perspectives. Different media outlets have emphasized various aspects of the initiative. Associated Press focused on Trump's confirmation of Musk's mandate, detailing the operational implications of the Efficiency Department. CNN highlighted the reaction from unions and the potential impacts on federal employment, illustrating the growing tension between government directives and employee advocacy. The New York Times provided a comprehensive overview of the political ramifications and the public protests against Trump's policies, framing the situation within a broader narrative of dissent against the administration. Conclusion. Trump's directive to recruit efficiency agents under Musk's leadership signifies a radical shift in government operations, promising both potential benefits in terms of streamlined processes and significant risks related to employment and agency functionality. As public protests continue and criticism mounts, the intersection of private sector influence and government efficiency will remain a contentious topic in American politics. The unfolding events will likely shape the future of federal employment and the operational integrity of critical government functions, setting the stage for ongoing political conflict. The content presents a complex narrative surrounding former President Donald Trump's recent mandate for Elon Musk to recruit 45 new agents for a newly formed Department of Government Efficiency. This initiative aims to streamline operations within key U.S. federal agencies, including the FBI, CIA, and Pentagon. While the initiative appears to have a goal of enhancing operational efficiency, there are several counterintuitive elements and implications to consider. 1. Private sector influence in government. It is counterintuitive that a private sector figure like Elon Musk, known for his ventures in technology and space, is placed in a significant role to influence federal agency operations. Normally, government operations are conducted by career public servants who have extensive experience in public administration. This shift towards a private sector leader raises questions about the appropriateness of such influence and the potential for a business-oriented approach to overshadow public responsibility and accountability. 2. Focus on efficiency versus employee job security. The initiative's focus on identifying and eliminating inefficiencies may seem admirable in a time when fiscal responsibility is crucial. However, the backlash from unions and advocacy groups highlights a paradox. The drive for efficiency could lead to job losses and insecurity among federal employees. This tension between improving efficiency and maintaining workforce stability is often overlooked in discussions about government reform. 3. Access to sensitive information. The decision to grant Musk's efficiency team access to sensitive federal systems has raised significant concerns about data security and privacy. Critics argue that allowing a private entity access to government systems could lead to misuse of information or breaches of confidentiality. This scenario is particularly paradoxical because the initiative aims to increase accountability and transparency. Yet it simultaneously risks compromising the integrity of sensitive governmental data. For a public backlash against policy changes, the protests against Trump's policies and the establishment of the Efficiency Department reveal a counterintuitive public reaction to the perceived authoritarian approach of the administration. While the initiative aims to bolster government effectiveness, it has sparked widespread dissent and mobilization among citizens who fear that such measures may undermine civil liberties and democratic norms. This suggests that efforts to enhance efficiency may inadvertently lead to greater public unrest and opposition. 5. Connection to broader political context. The political ramifications of Trump's initiative intertwine with ongoing debates about diversity, equity, and inclusion in government operations. The dismantling of diversity initiatives within federal agencies, as highlighted in the content, contradicts the goal of fostering an effective and representative government. Critics argue that reducing diversity could result in a narrow perspective within federal operations, ultimately undermining the complexity and challenges faced by the agencies involved. 6. Democratic resistance. The response from Democratic leaders and progressive activists reflects a counterintuitive strategy of outright opposition to Trump's nominees and initiatives despite the lack of power to block them effectively. This highlights a shift in political strategy where symbolic gestures of resistance may be prioritized over practical governance, potentially further polarizing the political landscape rather than fostering bipartisan cooperation. 7. Musk's role in aviation safety. Musk's involvement in tackling issues related to aviation safety through the Efficiency Initiative may seem beneficial. However, the juxtaposition of a private entrepreneur addressing government safety concerns raises questions about the appropriateness of such roles. It challenges conventional wisdom regarding the division of responsibilities between private enterprise and government accountability. As safety in aviation typically relies on regulated oversight rather than a corporate approach. 8. Diversity and inclusion initiatives. The disbanding of clubs for women and minorities at institutions like West Point as part of compliance with Trump's directives highlights an ironic outcome. While the initiative aims to promote a merit-based system, removing support structures for underrepresented groups may lead to a less inclusive environment that could ultimately hinder the effectiveness of military operations. In conclusion, the establishment of Trump's Department of Government Efficiency and Musk's involvement presents numerous counterintuitive dimensions. These include the implications of private sector influence on public operations, the tension between efficiency and job security, concerns over data access and security, and the political and social ramifications of the initiative. The intersection of these factors illustrates the complexity of reforming government systems while balancing the need for efficiency with the principles of democracy, equity, and accountability. As the situation evolves, it will be critical to monitor the outcomes of these initiatives and their broader impact on American governance and society. In analyzing the report on Trump's mandate to Elon Musk regarding the recruitment of 45 agents for the Department of Government Efficiency, certain key points and overlooked aspects emerge that are critical to understanding the broader implications of this initiative. The significance of the Department of Government Efficiency. 1. Creation of a new bureaucracy. The establishment of the Department of Government Efficiency is a significant step toward reshaping federal agencies. This new bureaucracy with Musk at the helm raises questions about the integration of private sector management principles into government operations. The potential for corporate-like approaches to governance could lead to fundamental changes in how federal agencies function, emphasizing efficiency over traditional bureaucratic processes. 2. Access to sensitive information. Musk's team has gained access to sensitive federal systems, which has provoked concerns regarding data privacy and national security. This is particularly significant given Musk's controversial public persona and the implications of private entities influencing government operations. The access granted to Musk's efficiency agents could set a precedent for private individuals having a say in governmental oversight, an idea that may undermine the integrity and accountability of federal operations. 3. Union and civil rights backlash. The initiatives have faced considerable opposition from unions and civil rights groups, highlighting a significant divide between government directives and employee rights. This backlash signals potential unrest within the federal workforce, which could result in legal challenges that may delay or obstruct Trump's efficiency agenda. The resistance from these groups underscores the tension between efficiency-driven policies and the protection of workers' rights and job security. 4. Implications for diversity initiatives. The focus on eliminating perceived inefficiencies may extend to diversity and inclusion initiatives within federal agencies. This is particularly significant as it reflects a broader cultural and political agenda that seeks to dismantle programs aimed at promoting diversity. The potential eradication of such initiatives not only affects workplace dynamics but also reflects a societal shift in attitudes towards equity and representation. Overlooked points of significance. 1. Historical context of efficiency movements. Historically, movements aimed at increasing efficiency in government have often led to significant upheaval, including workforce reductions and changes in policy direction. Understanding this historical context is crucial for anticipating the potential long-term impacts of Trump's initiative. Past efficiency drives have sometimes resulted in unintended consequences such as the deterioration of service quality and employee morale. 2. Potential for abuse of power. The concentration of power within a new department overseen by a private individual raises alarms about the potential for misuse of authority. The lack of traditional checks and balances that typically accompany government operations could lead to decisions that prioritize efficiency at the expense of accountability and ethical governance. The potential for a power vacuum in oversight and regulation is a significant concern that merits close scrutiny. 3. Public sentiment and political polarization. The public protests and discontent surrounding Trump's policies indicate a growing polarization in American politics. The establishment of the Department of Government Efficiency may exacerbate these divisions, as various factions within the populace react differently to perceived threats against federal employment diversity initiatives and civil rights. This polarization could influence future electoral dynamics, shaping the political landscape for years to come. For impact on agency functionality, the emphasis on efficiency may lead to the implementation of cost-cutting measures that could compromise the functionality of critical agencies like the FBI, CIA, and Pentagon. The potential degradation of agency capabilities in the name of efficiency could have profound implications for national security, law enforcement, and intelligence operations. 5. Technological integration and innovation. Musk's involvement signals a potential shift towards incorporating advanced technological solutions within government operations. While this could lead to innovative practices, it also raises questions about the feasibility and ethics of applying private sector methodologies to public governance. The consequences of such an integration, both positive and negative, will be pivotal in shaping the future of government efficiency initiatives. Conclusion. The intersection of Musk's private enterprise experience with government efficiency initiatives under Trump presents a unique and potentially disruptive landscape for federal operations. The overlooked aspects highlighted above, historical context, potential for abuse of power, public sentiment, agency functionality, and technological integration, are critical for understanding the broader implications of this initiative. As these developments unfold, they will significantly impact the relationship between government agencies, the federal workforce, and the public at large. 1. Objective of the Department of Government Efficiency. The primary purpose of forming the Department of Government Efficiency led by Elon Musk is to identify and eliminate inefficiencies and fraud within critical federal agencies such as the FBI, CIA, and Pentagon. This initiative reflects Trump's broader promise to scrutinize and reform government operations, which has been framed as a necessary step toward enhancing accountability and performance within these entities. The implications of this initiative raise questions about the legitimacy of bureaucratic oversight, the potential for privatization of government functions, and the balance of power between private sector influences and public governance. 2. Union opposition and public backlash. The proposed restructuring has ignited significant resistance from federal unions and civil rights groups. Concerns over potential job cuts, particularly in the context of Trump's directive for the CIA to reduce its workforce, illustrate a stark divide between government policies and employee advocacy. The protests across the U.S., which attracted thousands, signify not only dissent against the Trump administration's approach to federal employment but also highlight the potential erosion of worker protections and the implications for civil service integrity. This point serves as a barometer for public sentiment regarding government reform and the social contract between employees and the state. 3. Access to sensitive federal information. Musk's efficiency team has been granted access to sensitive systems within federal agencies, raising alarm over privacy and security protocols. Critics, including civil rights advocates, argue that allowing a private individual, even one with governmental ties, to access sensitive information poses significant risks to operational integrity and citizen privacy. The implications of this access extend to broader discussions about transparency, accountability, and the appropriate boundaries of private sector involvement in public governance. This aspect of the initiative warrants critical examination of the safeguards or lack thereof in place to protect sensitive data from potential misuse or politicization. For political ramifications and future implications, the establishment of the Department of Government Efficiency and the ensuing backlash reflect a broader political landscape characterized by division and conflict over the role of government. The differing coverage of the initiative across various media outlets emphasizes contrasting narratives. Some focus on operational efficiency while others highlight the social and political ramifications. The implications of Trump's policies, including attempts to dismantle diversity initiatives and the aggressive restructuring of federal agencies, signal a potential shift in the American political paradigm that could shape future governance and civil rights. Analyzing these dynamics can provide insights into the evolving relationship between government authority, civil liberties, and public trust in institutions. These 4 points provide a foundation for in-depth analysis and discussion regarding the intersection of efficiency in government operations, the role of private sector leaders in public policy, and the broader implications for civil rights and worker protections in a politically charged environment. 1. The Hoover Commission 1947 to 1949, this initiative aimed to reorganize and improve the efficiency of the U.S. government post-World War II. Chaired by former President Herbert Hoover, the commission focused on reducing waste and improving government operations across various departments. Its recommendations led to significant reforms in federal agencies. 2. The Grace Commission 1982, established by President Ronald Reagan. The Grace Commission sought to identify inefficiencies in the federal government and propose solutions to reduce waste. The Commission's findings led to recommendations that aimed at cutting federal spending and improving operational efficiency. Akin to the proposed Department of Government Efficiency. 3. The Downsizing Initiative 1990s. During the presidency of Bill Clinton, there was a significant push for downsizing the federal workforce and improving efficiency in government operations. The National Performance Review aimed to streamline government agencies and reduce bureaucracy, reflecting similar goals to those of Trump's mandate to Musk. The future outlook regarding Trump's mandate to Elon Musk for the recruitment of 45 new efficiency agents to overhaul operations in the FBI, CIA, and Pentagon presents a complex landscape shaped by political, social, and technological factors. Here are some predictions for the future. 1. Operational overhaul and efficiency gains. The establishment of the Department of Government Efficiency will likely lead to significant restructuring within federal agencies. The focus on auditing operations may result in the identification and potential elimination of redundancies, allowing for more streamlined processes. However, the aggressive approach to operational efficiency may also lead to unintended consequences such as loss of institutional knowledge and expertise. 2. Increased tension with federal unions. The backlash from federal unions and civil rights groups is expected to intensify as job cuts and workforce reductions become more tangible. This opposition will likely manifest in organized protests and legal challenges, leading to a protracted conflict between the administration and federal employees. Unions may seek to negotiate terms that protect jobs while opposing the efficiency measures, creating a contentious political climate. 3. Concerns over privacy and security. Musk's team gaining access to sensitive federal systems raises significant privacy and security concerns. As they probe into operational inefficiencies, there may be increased scrutiny over the handling of sensitive data. Future incidents of data breaches or misuse could lead to calls for stricter regulations regarding private access to government data. Drawing public and media attention. 4. Public protests and political polarization. The public protests against Trump's policies are likely to continue and potentially escalate, particularly as citizens react to perceived threats to civil rights and government transparency. The polarization within the political landscape may deepen, leading to a more divided electorate. Grassroots movements could emerge focusing on defending government integrity and advocating for accountability in federal operations. 5. Impact on diversity initiatives. The dismantling of diversity programs within federal agencies could face legal challenges, leading to a renewed focus on civil rights litigation. The long-term implications could result in a more homogeneous workforce within government agencies, potentially decreasing innovation and adaptability. Additionally, backlash against these policies may galvanize advocacy for diversity and inclusion efforts in the private sector. 6. Technological integration and innovation. Musk's leadership may bring forth innovative technological solutions aimed at improving government efficiency. This could result in the adoption of cutting-edge technologies such as artificial intelligence and data analytics, transforming how government agencies operate. However, this integration will depend on balancing efficiency with ethical considerations regarding automation and job displacement. 7. Shift in government-private sector relations. The collaboration between Musk and Trump marks a shift in how the government engages with the private sector. This trend may encourage other tech leaders to seek partnerships with government agencies, potentially fostering a culture of innovation. However, it may also raise concerns about the influence of corporate interests on public policy, leading to a demand for greater transparency in such collaborations. 8. Legal and legislative responses. As efficiency measures unfold, legal challenges are expected to arise. Courts may be called upon to adjudicate disputes related to job cuts, data access, and the implications of Musk's initiatives. Additionally, Congress may respond with new legislation aimed at protecting federal employees and ensuring data security, which could result in a legislative tug-of-war between parties. 9. Long-term political implications. The outcomes of Trump's efficiency initiative could have lasting political ramifications. If successful, it may bolster Trump's support among conservatives who favor smaller government and increased efficiency. Conversely, if the initiative leads to significant job losses and public dissatisfaction, it could damage his political standing and provide ammunition for opponents in upcoming elections. 10. Emergence of new political movements. The political climate surrounding Trump's mandates could foster the emergence of new political movements aimed at advocating for government accountability, civil rights, and employee protections. These movements may gain traction among younger and more progressive demographics, influencing future elections and policy discussions. Conclusion. In summary, the future outlook of Trump's mandate for Musk to overhaul federal agencies is characterized by a mix of potential efficiency gains, heightened tension with unions' privacy concerns, and increased public activism. The outcome will depend on how effectively the administration navigates these challenges while balancing efficiency with ethical considerations and the protection of civil rights. As these dynamics unfold, they will shape not only the operational landscape of federal agencies but also the broader political and social fabric of the nation.